Do you think that long term, there's just going to be a move away from this type of news? Because what wasn't included in this poll are questions about, well, what about alternative media? And what about networks? What about simply going to YouTube or wherever else, right? I mean, we see the other problem I really have, and actually this is maybe a good opportunity to bring this up, is that we have a real media literacy problem in this country. There are so many emails I get from people and hateful comments on YouTube and tweets and Facebook, which people are trying to make arguments about our level of accuracy or bias or whatever it is. And it becomes so obvious that people don't understand the fundamental difference between news reporting and opinion shows. In other words, people will say, the David Pakman Show is more or less biased than Fox News reporting. It's like, wait a second. Fox News Reporting is a news reporting agency. We do an opinion show. We're not doing original news. We do interviews where sometimes news will break because of what's said by the guest, but we're doing an analysis and commentary show. The term bias has a totally different meaning in this context than it does in the context of talking about Fox News. Just fundamentally, I don't care if people are using it to criticize or to compliment this show. It's just a comparison that shows the lack of media literacy that's happening here.
Yeah. And I mean, don't get us wrong. If you choose to get the majority of your news from us, well, that's fantastic. I mean, hopefully one day, independent media outlets like us will have the resources to be able to cover breaking news like CNN,
of course, like
Fox, like the big networks. But that's going to take a while.
Do you also see this, Natan, when you look through YouTube comments? And it's just the comments are... The comments can be oftentimes absurd at face value, but when you actually analyze them, it shows that people are increasingly unable to distinguish between types of programs.
That's true, although on the other hand, most shows now have a sort of, well, there are two things that are happening. One is that a lot of shows mix opinion with fact, and two, a lot of networks, not just TV networks, but print media and online media, they reprint stories ad nauseum. They don't do investigative reporting, and a lot of major news stations are scrapping their investigative news departments. And This is terrible because essentially this causes everyone to be on the same page with the same line, which may or may not even be verified.
Right.
When they
there are a
report
number
news.
of stories which essentially are all just assuming that one initial news story is correct in reporting the facts, and it may be AP or Reuters or one of the TV news agencies, and everything is kind of based off of that. There's not a variety of original reporting either.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you pretty much summed it up.
And this is the obvious time to say, if you understand the problem that we have with American news media, become a David Pakman Show member. Not only do you support this program and get the great feeling, just like Chris Matthews, people get a tingle up their legs when they become David Pakman Show members. You also get the bonus show, which is hosted by producer Lewis. Today we'll talk about busy airports. We'll talk about should we get rid of the patent system in this country altogether. And we'll talk about, some people won't be surprised, but a reality TV show that is being accused of being faked. I don't find myself to be that surprised, but I think it's going to lead to an interesting discussion. To sign up, it's very easy. Go to davidpakman.com/membership. Become a member. Through the end of the week, members also getting all David Pakman Show gear, including the hoodie sweatshirts like the one Lewis is wearing, at our cost. Pretty incredible stuff, Lewis.
Amazing.
We'll take a break. I want to talk about, actually, there's just so much coming up that I don't even want to tease because I don't want to give one story priority over another because there's just so much great stuff coming up. Stay with us. Back after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.